Are you blind? Can you actually remark what's going on in this world? Have you truly opened up your eyes and taken a look at the tragedy that we call home? Now ask yourself, are you blind to the world? Do you instantly have an impression on someone for their facial features? Do you pick who you hang out with from their race? Do you not understand that these little things add up to change lives for the bad? Are you blind? You say not to be racist or anything, but that doesn't make your racist comments unoffensive. Being judged on our race is the most outrageous thing I've ever heard. Our accents don't define us, and making a judgment from them is just showing that you have nothing better to do. These are the things that I don't understand. Because why should I change myself to tick the boxes of society when it makes me a completely different person? Your looks don't define your personality. If someone asks you to describe yourself, would you say that you're white? I'm guessing no, because your looks have nothing to do with the way you act. Do you believe this? Just take a moment to think about how you've supported racism and have had instant impressions on people for things they can't change. I believe that it was in the movie The Color Purple when the main character Celie said, I'm poor, I'm black, I may even be ugly, but dear Lord, here I am. She is saying to the world that the people who see her as awful things don't matter to her. Not only that, but she's saying that she is still here and she is still fighting for her life, so no one can change a thing about her mindset. She was put below and made to believe she was a disgrace, which she started to believe. And being in a situation like this with no one to turn to made her fill with doubt and spill her tears. She clearly had been through 10 times more pain than most of us, yet she still refuses to give up her beliefs for someone else's preference. So don't let people bring you down because of your looks. I bet they haven't even learnt your name. Do you still think you're blind? Has this talk converted your mind yet? If not, then I have a question for you. Have you ever put yourself in other people's shoes? Do you even attempt to understand that racism can lead people to an extreme level of sadness and has actually led people to suicide? Is that the message you want to give people? You don't belong? It tears you apart and fills you with hatred when people do it to you. So why do it to them? Why do you assume that all yellow people must act a certain way? Why must you think that all bad drivers are Asian? How on earth could you possibly put your fingers to your eyes and pull them back, imitating the facial features of another? Put yourself in their shoes and ask, what did they ever do to deserve this embarrassment and pain of purely being themselves? It's a horrible feeling, and be as tough as you want to be on the outside. Because I know the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, is a lie. Now reflect. Are you still blind? Have you finally understood that racism is not okay? If you don't like it when people do it to you, then just think about how hypocritical you are when you do it to them. Racism can affect people a lot, and I mean a lot. It can be the difference between a positive or negative relationship with someone. It always changes lives for the bad, whether you're on the receiving end or the non receiving end. It doesn't help you in any way, and in fact, it might even do the opposite. You could have gotten a new friend out of it, but no. You buried that chance from the moment you said, hey, you. Are you really going to throw all of your anger and sadness out on others? Do you want to be that person who has voices in their head, screaming at them every day and telling them that the world is fully against having you, so that all of your worries take over your mindset and turn you to nothing? Did you even listen to me when I said put yourself in their shoes? Because gosh, racism is really tearing our world apart. I'm guessing you haven't even tried this, because if it wasn't for us, we could call every country in the world our home. I want people to feel safe wherever they go and not feel threatened when they leave their country because of their looks or race. Has all of this finally made you see what racism can do? Now, I'm sure you feel pretty guilty about some of the decisions you've made towards others. But this is the time where you can become an upstander. Take this talk and give it to the world. Show people how you feel when they show racism towards you or another. You do know that witnessing racism is just as bad as doing it, right? So say something for a change or tell someone about it. People need to open up their eyes and see others for their true personalities. We all bleed the same color. We all cry the same tears. We are all tearing our world apart, but we can all fix it. We don't need to divide up our nation by our race. Just listen to how stupid and selfish that sounds. Why can't we learn to get along for our true personalities? When I say this, though, I don't mean you have to get along with everyone. But what I'm saying is hang out with people for their interests and their personalities. Because if we don't start cooperating soon, we will all perish together. Happiness, the state of being happy. Sadness, the condition or quality of being sad. These two words mean the complete opposite, yet they can both define your future. Are you really going to let people bring you down because of how you were born? Or are you going to stand up and make people happy? Stand up and don't change what you look like. Your input on racism will just tear up our nation more and more, hurting people to the point where they don't want to exist. Why do we fit into what other people think is beauty? We try our best to fit selfish society and change our looks based on opinions that shouldn't matter. God created us this way for a reason. And for people to just hate on his decisions won't change the fact that we are all human beings. We are under attack on ourselves. So change someone's life. Because if you don't, racism will beat you to it. Thank you for listening.